I'm usually a pretty big wuss when it comes to horror movies, so I typically avoid this genre as much as possible. I know there's a lot of great films in this genre, so I'm trying to be brave and branch out and watch some of them. So today I'm going to watch the 1981 film Blowout. All I really know about it is John Travolta is in it, and it's also a Brian De Palma movie. I hope I'm pronouncing that correctly. I recently watched his movie Snake Eyes. You can check out that reaction video as well, but I really enjoyed it. I thought he was very creative, so I'm very excited to watch more of his films. But yeah, as far as predictions about the plot, I don't really know what to go off of from the title. If you have any other suggestions for horror movies you think I should watch, please comment below. And if you're ever curious about what gear I use or what's on the bookshelf, I've included a link in the description. And if you want to have a say in what movies or TV shows I watch, be sure to join Patreon. And as always, please like, comment, and subscribe to this channel, and check back often for more awesome content. Okay, no credits, right into it. And like killer POV, which is something we've seen more, or I've noticed in horror movies that I've watched. It's like a sorority horror movie, like a slasher film almost. Oh dear, the shower as well.
I'm gonna run my back again. I want to hear the scream.
He works in films?
Kill all the effects except for the scream.
Oh, yes. Old school editing. All the different sound follies. Okay.
Kill it.
Oh, that's awful.
And what about that scream? We gotta dub that.
Alright, you know any good screamers?
Hello.
I got a few ideas.
I bet you do.
Yeah. Just worry about the scream, will you?
Yeah, it sounds like he works in like sound design or audio production or something, or just sound records for those films. Okay. That's an interesting take. Okay, I'm excited about that, yeah. And it's like, it kind of feels like tongue-in-cheek of like slasher 80s horror movies, which were popular at the time. Okay. Is blowout a audio term? I'm not sure. Comment below and let me know. Like if the audio peaks or something, is that called blowout? I don't know. John Lithgow. Yes, I'm very excited to see John Lithgow. Yes. Third Rock from the Sun. If you haven't seen Third Rock from the Sun, I know he's done a ton of other stuff, but I love him in that show.
As we all know, Liberty Day.
I like the split screen between his audio mixing and the news. It's really cool to see like how they used to record all those sounds and like just the old school way of film editing and production. Maybe I'm probably one of the only few people who's excited about that, but I think it's cool to learn about that. Now obviously it's a lot more digital, but it's cool to see like the original film stock method of yeah, it's so like, I think audio is one of the pieces of movies that gets not enough recognition and makes such a huge difference. Like I'm sure there's edits and stuff on YouTube you can find of people who've taken movies and put different songs to it or different soundtracks. And it just changes the entire feel of the movie, obviously. Like, it's crazy what an influence it has. And how like movies in general need to have good audio, because otherwise it's just pictures. If you can't hear what they're saying, it's just moving pictures. Whoa, that's a cool shot. Owls creep me out, man. I don't, anything that can turn its head completely all the way around. Oh. Oh no, oh God. Oh my gosh.
Jesus Christ.
Yeah, oh my God. He just recorded a car accident, like the sound of it? Oh man. Oh no, they're sinking. Oh my gosh. That would be terrifying. I can't even imagine.
I'm not sure where.
You were facing the car?
Yes.
Well, you heard the blowout.
Yes, I heard the blowout, but the first.
Okay. Hey, that's the name of the movie. Yeah, it sounds like their tire blew out and that's what caused the accident. Okay.
Three sounds for a movie I'm working on.
You recorded the accident?
Yes.
Oh, so somebody maybe like shot in the car or something? Because he said the shot was before the blowout?
girl that I brought here, the girl in the room.
She was inside the car?
Yes.
Are you sure?
Why is this not making sense to him?
Don't stay too long.
What about the driver? Or was she driving the car? I thought there was somebody else in the car.
I'm Jack Terry. Who are you?
Sally.
Sally. Nice to meet you.
Jack and Sally. Oh, okay. Very Nightmare Before Christmas. Okay. Yeah, what's going on? The media are there. There's tons of police. She's famous or has high connections to somebody, I'm guessing. Oh, yeah, the split diopter. Yeah, so cool.
A room someplace around here we can talk in private.
Yes, sir. I'll take care of it. Donahue, would you secure the room for us?
Yeah, there's got to be some reason why this is such a big deal and it's not just an average car accident.
Guy got killed.
I know that, but what's the big deal?
Did you know the guy was McRyan?
Who's that?
Governor McMartin?
That stiff on the stretcher was probably our next president.
Oh, that's the guy driving?
Elliot.
Let's talk in here.
Did she shoot him? Is that why he heard like a bang before the blowout? Suspicious.
We don't want to embarrass his family.
Yeah, he wasn't supposed to be with...
Press would do if they got a hold of a thing like this.
Yeah, it's not his wife,
What do you
obviously.
want me to do? Just say she wasn't there? I mean, I already told the police.
That's already taken care of.
Just a big cover-up. Yeah, Jack's focused on the truth, and the police and the government are trying to cover it up to protect this governor's reputation of being a family man, I'm assuming. Yeah, he's gonna listen back to the recording, see if he can hear anything differently. Yeah, and you have to have such a well-trained ear to like differentiate all the different sounds, especially in nature and yeah, people talking and everything.
Jesus Christ.
Yeah, there were screeching tires before the tire blew. Whoa, so cool. And again, always just so many creative shots. Someone shot out the tire. Yeah, he's like, what do I do now that I have this audio? And I'm surprised the police didn't ask for it, or maybe they just didn't want to investigate further. And I mean, the results are still the same. It's kind of reminding me of a modern film with Jake Gyllenhaal called Nightcrawler, where this videographer is obsessed with capturing news and accidents on camera. It's very dark, but it's very interesting if you want to check it out. Yeah, that looks like a shot. Like it doesn't look like they ran something over. And if someone's stealing the wheel, obviously an important piece of evidence. Yeah, they're pretty close together, but they are separate, yeah.
All right, you can call me my girlfriend, Judy Demings. I'll be there. She's in the book.
She's in the phone book. Man, I don't even know if they print phone books. I don't know who has landlines anymore, other than like people from older generations.
Turn around, my camera's still running, and bam, I catch him going through the railing.
Mr. Karp. Mr. Karp.
Shoot, they're gonna be able to see that she was in the car.
Well, it's about time you showed up. No, but Sam's here and he's got those girls he wants to hear.
Oh, for the scream replacement. Oh yeah, and like the Steadicam. Yeah, I really like. Again, like the cinematography has always been so creative with the movies I've seen of his so far. That's so interesting. They printed, like now, if there was a video of this, it would just be on the news or whatever. But they printed literally frame by frame of this accident in black and white photos. So if you like look at them quickly, maybe it would look like a movie. I don't know, but yeah. That's such like an interesting way. I had no idea that they used to, or I don't know if they like just did that for this movie, or if that was something they used to do all the time, was print video but in like the individual photo frame format. Yeah, and if you flip through it, yeah, it'll make the movie. Yeah. Yeah, so he's taking photos of the photos to put together to make a film. Or that's what I'm guessing he's doing anyway, or maybe just getting a closer look. Oh, that'd be such a cool camera to have.
This is the pivotal moment in the film.
Lure triangle? Lure of the triangle? Oh my.
I need you now. Now get in here.
Just brought in to scream. It's like a dub over the voice.
Why don't I meet you at the station?
Yeah, she's probably like, I need to get out of town. I was, you know, in a car with this very prominent person, and now he's dead, and they're gonna come looking for me.
Oh, to that special occasion.
How about broken nose, huh?
She's kind of reminding me of Bernadette Peters, like the soft voice and the blonde hair.
She's a tiny little mic that's attached to her transmitter that I strapped around Freddie's waist.
Oh my goodness, look at that thing.
Okay, Freddie, give me a sound check. Count to 10. 1, 2, 3, 4.
I have a feeling this went badly if he left the police force. Oh man. So this isn't maybe the first time he's accidentally recorded a crime?
Dad, but the battery in the transmitter is shorting out and burning a hole in it.
Hey, pull over at this gas station and I gotta take a piss.
Oh no. Yeah, the water hit the electronics. Oh shoot, 'cause he's so sweaty and nervous. And they're gonna find out. Oh my god, no, 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 no.
Jack, I think you're nuts.
They're leaving without him? Oh. I don't think it's gonna, yeah, they found it. Oh no.
Oh, Jesus Christ.
Oh my gosh.
Oh.
That's horrible.
I figured out a way of putting my sound with those photographs. When you see it, I'm sure you'll see there was no blowout. Nice.
Hey, that's the name of the movie. He said it like 100 times. Oh my. That's really clever. So he's gonna make his own little video, like full video of the crime basically. Because that one guy had the video, but he has the audio. Okay, cool. I'm enjoying it. It definitely feels like it's an interesting story. The cinematography is creative, which again is something I've noticed in Brian De Palma's movies. So I'm really curious to see where it's gonna go, and like this government conspiracy thing, like that's a cool angle. I definitely would say it's more of like a thriller than a horror movie. I mean, we saw that horror movie sequence at the beginning of the film, oh god. To me, it's coming across more as like mystery thriller than a typical horror movie. Oh god, that's not her. I don't think that's her anyway. She was just at the train station. I just think that's something that looks like her. Oh my gosh. And great soundtrack as well. I don't think it's who you think it is. The Liberty Day Jubilee. Yeah, that was what was on the news earlier as well. Ah! Is that a corkscrew? Yeah, she obviously must know something, and if her only crime was like being with him, then I mean, yeah, it would like ruin his reputation, but yeah, I don't know. I feel like there's things going on.
Million times, you know?
Oh, yeah, that's right. Hey, you want a drink, huh?
This isn't a social visit, Manny.
Oh, it was a setup?
You know, you almost got me killed the other night.
Yeah, it was a setup. And she knew that if he was found dead with somebody in this car, that they'd be a buyout probably and she'd get paid. And if he had footage of this accident of this famous politician, that he could sell it for money. Yeah, marking film. Such a cool process. Very time consuming, but still a very cool process. You have to be so exact, like you can't be off by a frame, like you need to make it perfect or it'll be pretty obvious.
They didn't speak to me. I know all about you and your fucking tapes. You put a lot of good cops away.
Oh, that's why they're not taking him seriously. Okay, because he worked with police corruption and put corrupt cops in jail.
But that still leaves the girl. I've decided to terminate her and make it look like one of a series of sex killings in the area.
No, no, no.
What operation?
Okay, so John Lithgow is our hitman who took matters into his own hands to decide to blow out this guy's tire. And now he's planning on killing Sally so that there's no one left.
All right, switch. Betty, you pull ahead. Gene, you scream.
Take 29.
All of these sound horrible and fake. I've seen John Lithgow play bad guys. He was a bad guy in Dexter and maybe a couple other movies, but typically he's not the bad character. So I'm excited to see some of his earlier films as well, and especially playing like the villain. Really cool, just like this like constant one take shot of just panning the room and his like frustration and just different sounds overlaid. Really well done. And like there's a bed in the corner and he's working late, I guess. Yeah, it's really adding to like the tension of the movie and like the overall feel.
All this nutty assassination shit, then you give me a blank tape. What for?
Because somebody erased it. They've erased all my tapes.
Oh, shoot.
They erased your tapes. What are they going to be doing?
They erased all his tapes? Oh, man. Including that one he hid in the ceiling? Oh, I can only imagine how frustrating that would be.
I have to show you that film that I made. So just stay there. I'm coming right over.
Really cool shot. And again, just showing like the chaos of everything and this like overhead POV. Really well done. I thought he hit a copy in the ceiling. Yeah, I couldn't, like, somebody erasing all your tapes and you probably don't have a backup, and it's just, oh man. As someone who obviously films and edits, I can only imagine how frustrating that would be to lose all that hard work. And yeah, oh man, just back up your footage. Triple, double, back it up. Make sure you always have extra copies. I mean, obviously now it's a lot easier said than done when we have digital.
What do you know?
That you and your friend Karp were setting up McMartin to be blackmailed.
Yes, yes, absolutely,
right?
Yes.
He couldn't have.
Oh, come on, Sally. If I hadn't been there to pull you out of the river, you'd be dead right now. Don't you get it?
Yep. Okay, at least he knows that she was involved in this, like, conspiracy. Yeah, like, they said, like, that Manny guy that she was working with might have known that she was gonna die and was okay with it if it meant he got paid extra. Yeah, it's weird. It's hard to know who to trust, and Jack seems very adamant on getting the truth.
You think I'm pulling your legs? You don't believe me? Listen.
You're so trustworthy.
This nuts idea was to shoot out the tire of McRyan's car, cause a little crack up.
So he obviously knew. Yeah, he did know about it.
The truth before the books are closed and the loose ends are cut off.
Hey,
that's what Jack said.
Would you?
Oh God. No, come on, seriously? Oh, come on. Yeah, and I noticed these like overhead shots that were in Snake Eyes as well. So it seems maybe that's like his director's signature shot. I'm not too sure, but they always look really. It's a good way to tell the story from an interesting perspective. Bye, Manny.
Jack, could you hold on just 1 second?
Oh, are they wiretapping his room? Okay, interesting. Oh, and that villain when he works for the phone company or something, he's always got like a construction outfit on, and he's always in a phone booth. He's recording Jack's calls. Okay, yes, yes, it is him. Okay.
I can't get Jack on the phone to arrange a meeting. His line's been busy all day.
Ha 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 ha.
I thought I'd give you a ring.
Yes, so?
Oh man, it's definitely clever to have him also connected to audio in some way. How I thought he was a construction worker, but it seems like he either pretends to work for the phone company or obviously is very familiar with like how to tap phones and audio equipment.
What difference does it make? Let's just meet him. I'll give him the tape and the film and get it over with.
Once he's got the film, that's it.
Yeah, and she won't know what he looks like because she's never met him before.
This way, if he disappears with the film, you can't pretend he didn't take it because I got him on tape.
Aren't you getting a little paranoid here?
It might be for a good reason, though.
Look what happened when I took it to the police. They erased it, right?
Yes.
What are you doing?
I'm making a copy. There's nothing wrong with covering ourselves.
Yeah.
Good. Yes, make all the copies.
About 20 minutes and about $20 what I get.
Gee, it's too bad you don't have about 40 minutes and about $40.
Time and money, life's biggest struggles.
About $20.
Well, you know, the trains never come in on time. They're always running late here.
What is this gadget?
30 minutes and about $30.
Great. Okay.
Yes, the shot. I was pretending to be on the phone. So subtle. And the pan back and forth between the two of them in their phone booths. Oh, don't do it. Don't do it. He's so good at being creepy. Oh, this is not gonna end well for her. Oh, she's leaving? Okay. Good. Smart. Stay alive. Yeah, it's cool to see the mirror and him coming in and the like overhead shot of her being in the bathroom, and yeah, it's such a interesting way to tell the story. Oh god, nightmare fuel. Nightmare! Gah. No thank you. Yeah, I'm curious what was with his watch. Oh, that's what he strangles people with. Okay, that's messed up for sure. Yep, yep. Nope, no. Oh god. Oh. Oh god. I thought she had made it. Oh, a smooch. Okay. Yeah, now he's like, okay, time to pretend to be a reporter. Oh my gosh. Well, at least they're meeting in a public place.
I think we got a little problem.
What's that?
It sounds crazy, but I think we're being followed.
Yep, get out of there. Go get her. Hurry, hurry. She's in trouble. Oh my gosh, you set her into the arms of a serial killer.
Gee, you're a fast walker.
If they go on the subway, he's definitely not going to be able to hear her being that far underground. Oh, hurry, Jack, hurry! I don't like how this is going. I don't think it's going to have a good ending.
Remember that one?
I think we did a piece of it.
Yeah, he's the guy who rides the subways at rush hour and stays.
She's doing a good job of like describing where she is without being overly obvious.
Pull into a station and he'd open up his and pull out this big old.
No, 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 no. If he loses this train.
What's the big deal with Liberty Day?
Did you see our story about it?
No, I don't watch the news. It's too depressing.
Oh, dang, it's gonna have to wait for the next train or what? Oh man. Oh, it's making me very nervous. And of course, it's the day of the Liberty Day Bell Parade. Yeah, our Liberty Day Jubilee. Yeah. Oh my God. Just a sea of people. Good thing he has a Jeep. Oh gosh. Oh God. That's a cool shot to see him drive through the overhead. Nice. Oh, right through the banner. He's driving against a parade. Oh man, this must have been a nightmare to organize. Yikes. All these extras. Oh gosh, Jack. And the movie started with him saving somebody from a car, and now he's being saved from a car. Okay. Yeah.
What are you, wrapping it up?
Ha 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 ha. Come on, Jack. Oh, you gotta hurry. Bye. Yeah, obviously. Yeah, and that was the only, he said he didn't have time to make a copy of the film, so that was his only evidence that he had, right? He had a copy of the audio, but not the video. Oh, man.
Cover the fireworks.
No, 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 no. Yeah, and like, what is he gonna do without his proof now? Oh! And like the red and blue, like, patriotic colors, yeah, and standing in front of the American flag. Oh, no, 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 no. He's gonna watch it happen. Oh my God. Oh, come on, Jack, come on. Yeah, and like there's so many other sound, like of course audio being a big part of this film, and there's so many other sounds going on that are distracting from her screams, where if it was like a regular night, maybe she would be heard. Oh. I don't have high hopes. it too late? I think it's too late. Oh, poor Sally. No! Yeah, and I feel like Jack was already feeling guilty from when he put a wire on the police officer, and then he puts a wire on Sally, and even though it does help him like track her down, he's still too late and can't save her. Oh my gosh. Heartbreaking. Oh, and of course, like, the irony of this big celebration going on around it and fireworks and like this beautiful spectacle, and then Jack's worst day ever, basically. I am Jack's broken heart. So does he ever, like, he doesn't have proof anymore, so does he even bother going to the police because they're clearly so set against him? I wonder if he just like leaves town.
That's a scream!
He used Sally's scream for the movie? Oh. I couldn't imagine listening to the audio of her dying, like, just would be devastating.
It's a good scream. It's a good scream.
Poor Jack. So that was my first time watching the 1981 film Blowout. I really enjoyed it. I thought John Travolta's performance was great. Brian De Palma wrote and directed this movie, and again, I've only seen a few of his films, but just overall it is not disappointed. He's been really well done. Great story, great directing, great cinematography, like just really a creative way to tell a story. And for me, I really enjoyed this movie. It was, some scenes were obviously hard to watch, and especially that ending was very heartbreaking, but I like how he tells stories. So comment below if more of his films I should watch. What's your favorite one of his movies? I'm very curious to learn more about him. We come to learn that the term blowout in fact means when a car's tire is blown out, which in fact actually isn't what happened. It was shot out. So that's a kind of ironic title in the sense that Jack was so adamant on finding the truth, and then the title of the film is the lie that everybody's being told about what happened, or you know how this governor died, is that his tire blew out, he went over the bridge and it was just a car accident, when in fact obviously there was many more layers to it. I thought the story was super interesting, and to me it's always interesting to have a movie where movies are involved. I like that element of it, and how we got to see some like behind the scenes of how films used to be edited and sound was created, and you know he's going outside with this big sound mixer, and when you see him like wiring people, obviously technology's come a long way, and even this was 1981, so if it was filmed in 1980 they would have been using gear from then. So in the past, you know, 30-40 years, it's come a long way. Shooting on actual film stock I know still happens, but compared to what it used to be, I know the ratio's gone down greatly compared to digital, so it was very cool to see that process and him like going through frame by frame and putting the X's on the film stock. To me, I enjoyed that because I like learning about film, and I like learning about how they used to edit, and even when he's in the projection room and they're going through all that stuff. So I really thought that was interesting, and to have his character be a role on a movie set in a movie, I like that as well. And how we had that intro shot, like that steady cam POV shot of the killer at this horror movie. Honestly, when the movie first started, I was like, did I put on the wrong film or something? Like, is this actually what I'm supposed to be watching? And then obviously we see it pan back to John Travolta in the projection room. Audio obviously plays very heavily into the story of this movie, both in the movie itself and the character of Jack in the movie. In the movie itself, I thought the soundtrack was great. It really added tension to the scenes and was well done. And then at Sally's final scene, of course, when we have the sound of the parade and people talking and these fireworks going off and everybody just being so distracted, it's like those sounds muted Sally's screams. And like I said, like if it would have been a regular day and this parade wasn't happening, this crowd of people would have heard her screaming and been able to help her or been able to get there in time before Jack is, because unfortunately he shows up too late. And then of course that being the premise for the story as well, how Jack captures the audio of this accident accident and is able to differentiate the sounds of a shot versus the tire being blown out. And then at the end, when he hears Sally's screams being recorded, even though he doesn't hear it at the time, I don't think, from the noise of the crowd, when he listens to it later, I can't even imagine how heartbreaking that would be to hear somebody you obviously care about dying and you can't help them and you know it's not going to end well for them. And that final shot of Jack when he's in the projection room and he ends up using the audio of Sally's scream into the movie. I don't think the other people in the movie knew it was Sally's scream, but still it was just like, oh my gosh, like just, and he's like, he doesn't look like he's on this planet. Like he just looks like mentally he's in a very bad place, as you'd be expected with such a traumatic thing happening. But yeah, I don't know if he did it in a way to like honor her or if he was genuinely thinking this is a realistic sounding scream from like an audio perspective and decided to use it. And yeah, it's just, I couldn't imagine. That would just be so heartbreaking. And it reminded me of another film called Grizzly Man, which is a documentary about this guy and his girlfriend who lived among grizzly bears, and they have the audio of their last moments basically, and it's just, if you haven't seen it, check it out. And I think a lot of times when people watch films, the audio comes second. Like we see the visuals first, obviously, and from my experience working on films, like the cinematographer or the director of photography is higher ranked than the sound mixer, which shouldn't be, because like I said, like without sound, we're back to the silent pictures and those title cards, and like it's just moving images without any sound. Like, can you imagine watching a dialogue scene and you can't hear anything they're saying? Like, what's the point, basically? So this, I think, was like a very strong point for how important audio is and how it shouldn't be underestimated and how crucial it is in movies and just life in general. And yeah, I'm sure there's some edits out there of people who've taken famous movies and put in different soundtracks or even just different styles of music, and it totally changes the tone of the film and just totally changes how you feel after. Like horror movies, can you imagine watching a horror movie and the soundtrack is just, you know, upbeat music, happy-go-lucky songs the whole time, or even watching like a happy movie and having this like really crazy, you know, like loud music playing the whole time and it doesn't match the scenes. Like, it has to mesh. It has to be one, like the audio and the video have to go together. And that's what I think Jack, when he created his, you know, he had the audio, he just needs to get the video from Manny, and when he finally had that piece. And then, yeah, unfortunately, when John Lithgow, again, great performance from him. I know he wasn't in a ton of scenes, but man, he just knocked it out of the park as this creepy, creepy villain when he was on camera. And just when he destroys that evidence, I don't know what Jack, it seemed like he wasn't pursuing it anymore. It seemed like he was letting it go. Again, the only copy, from what I understand, was destroyed, so he can't really bring in just the audio. He needs both. They have to work together as one. The audio and the video, because if he just brings in the audio, like he said, he's like, people are going to assume that I just made this up in the studio. They're not going to think it's genuine. And from the newsreel that was playing at the end of the film, it didn't sound like they were like, oh, breaking news, we just heard this, you know, new audio tape from Jack. It was like, you know, just still tragedy over this governor's death. So I'm assuming Jack is just going to let it go and he's not going to pursue the truth anymore, and he obviously is dealing with the loss of Sally, and even if he wanted to pursue the truth, I don't even know how he could, like I said. But yeah, it was just, and it felt extra painful for him as a character when we learned that he had worked for the police previously, and that wire that he had sent had ended up getting that undercover agent killed. And then that's what he did. He set up a wire with Sally and then she ends up dying. So I feel like now for Jack, this is just like an extra kick in the teeth. Like, it happened to him once, it happened to him again. Like, I can't imagine he will be attempting this in the future. Who knows? But yeah, it was just felt so painful for him that he had finally felt like he was going to correct a wrong in his mind, that he had done something wrong, and was finally going to fix it. But Oh yeah, that last, and like to have those fireworks going off behind them and just like this horrible moment for our main characters, and then to just see this like beautiful scenery. Like I like the juxtaposition of that. The cinematography was great. I love all the overhead shots, the steady cam, those split diopter, the split screens, like just so creative and just so well done. And I just really enjoy the cinematography. I'll have to look up who the director of photography is for this, and sometimes if a director finds cinematographers that they work well together and they understand each other's styles and language, it's just they try and work together again in the future. So comment below, is the cinematographer on this film worked on other films of Brian De Palma's, or I'm not too sure. Again, I'm still learning about this director, but I've really enjoyed what I've seen so far. I really like the idea of this villain being seen in a phone booth. We saw him at the train station in a phone booth, and then on the side of the street he was in a phone booth as well, and obviously that plays into audio and sounds, and Jack didn't know that he was tapping his phone. I thought it was just another great way to incorporate audio into this movie by having him be in this phone booth making these phone calls, and how Jack's phone wasn't working properly, and that's how he got a hold of Sally, who doesn't think anything of it. She's like, oh yeah, reporters get numbers all the time, and maybe she's just a little bit naive, and Jack's like, no, that's like, why would he be doing that? Let me come with you. Just being cautious, and obviously for good reason, and unfortunately it wasn't enough. Definitely not a typical horror movie. I still enjoyed it. Really well done. Definitely more of like a thriller, political, conspiracy, mystery type of film, and having this governor be killed, and then like all these cover-ups, and you know, how is the truth going to get out? Is it going to get out? And yeah, just really well done, and just such an interesting perspective to have it told from a sound mixer who works on films, a film about that basically, and how he's the only one who's really trying to find the truth, and he has this proof that nobody's interested in. And I thought it was really interesting to have him accidentally or inadvertently record audio of this accident. Like he obviously didn't know it was going to happen. He just happened to be out there, and when this happens, and then it's kind of like, okay, well, what do you do with this information? And Jack obviously was dead set on pursuing the truth. But yeah, it was definitely an interesting concept, and like I said, it reminded me of that film Nightcrawler with Jake Gyllenhaal in it. Overall, I really enjoyed it. It was a cool like police cover-up, corruption, mystery, thriller story, and then obviously we have the story of the relationship between Jack and Sally, and it's still heartbreaking. This is going to be one that sticks with me for a while, just that last scene and how Sally died, and just like the whole movie was great. I definitely am gonna watch it again, but just knowing that she had to be the last victim, and just I wonder how differently things had gone if she would have survived, if they would have been able to take the truth to the news, if they would have still been silenced, as obviously other people other than this villain were still after her, because you know, she knew information that they didn't want to get out to the public. And it's definitely going to give me a renewed sense of people who work in audio and create soundtracks and sound mixers on films, because in my opinion they are vastly underappreciated and work their butts off. And again, like this film just reiterates the importance of audio, and just movies wouldn't be movies without them basically. So it was a very sharp reminder of how important those things are. But thank you so much for sharing in this first time watching with me. If you have any other suggestions for horror movies you think I should watch, please comment below. And as always, please like, comment, and subscribe to this channel, and check back often for more awesome content. He just recorded a car accident, like the sound of it. Lure of the triangle. Oh, I have a feeling this went badly if he left the police force. Patriotic colors, yeah, and standing in front of the American flag. He used Sally's scream for the movie, Liberty Day Jubilee. Yeah, I'm curious what was with his watch. Someone shot out the tire. Jack seems very adamant on getting the truth.